I sometimes go into these game reviews with little hope. When I saw this Jurassic World game, I thought, great, another crappy licensed title to fill up my lineup, and another game that I'm not gonna like. Little did I know that this game was heavily inspired by Alien Isolation, an extraordinary stealth game that I love. Will the game reach those heights? How many calories will I burn playing it? Time to find out in this fitness game review. My name is Jack Jenkins, and I do challenges and reviews based on self-improvement to lose weight, get smarter, and have a better quality of life. Time to put on my MetaQuest 3 and explore Jurassic World Aftermath. Just imagine the Jurassic Park theme song going on, except I can't actually play it because of copyright. Thanks, YouTube.
For self-improvement, crafts, and fitness games, go ahead and turn on YouTube and watch Jack.
The game starts you in the role of Sam, a security expert asked to explore the land from Jurassic World. The game actually takes place 2 years after the Jurassic World movie, but it's not required viewing in order to play the game. You will get a little bit more out of it, but you don't need to watch the movie in order to play Jurassic World Aftermath. You start off flying on this cool plane, kind of to get the handle of like motion controls, when all of a sudden it crashes due to Pteranodons attacking it. After crash landing, you meet the raptors who are after your delicious skin. You must work with Mia, a scientist who will guide you through the areas and off the island. Along the way, you will explore this beautiful cel-shaded facility in different sections and listen to like audio tapes between Jeff Goldblum and Mia, and as they talk about different things and discover what is the purpose, what is the role in creating these dinosaurs in Jurassic World. What happened to Blue? All these other questions will be answered in this game. By the way, I don't actually know of any of Jeff Goldblum's characters. He's always just going to be Goldblum to me. So whenever I watch The Fly, I'm like, oh, that's Jeff Goldblum. No idea what the character's name is. The game is focused on solving puzzles in different rooms to advance through 5 main levels. These puzzles can be, literal puzzles in the form of like these match 3 games or pressing a button at the right time to open a door or unlock a computer. These puzzles are pretty cool. They're nice. They come in VR. You're like, okay, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes they work. Sometimes they don't work. But overall, they're nice. They appear on like the little overlay on the screen. But overall, I would say I don't really like these puzzles. Other much more enjoyable puzzles use the environment a lot more cleverly, such as turning valves in the right direction without getting caught by like little baby dinosaurs. These puzzles must be solved in order to continue onto the story. So the scenario is that you need access to a computer to open a door, so you must go to the computer, type in the puzzles, and unlock the door. Sounds easy, but it's not really because you're getting chased by dinosaurs. That's the main focus of the gameplay, the stealth aspect. You must use your environment to hide from velociraptors, and you have to kind of remain unseen in order to move through the different areas while solving puzzles in order to continue on with the story. This requires you to put on like headphones and actually listen to their footsteps to kind of gauge where they are in the environment. They usually stalk around different areas. You got to figure out like, okay, they're here. If I walk over here, they would not see me. To hide, you should ideally go into like these employee lockers where you can shut them, lock them, and they can't reach you. However, if you are unlucky or in certain sections, you must hide under tables and desks, where you are left open to the whims of dinosaurs. So in these cases, you gotta stay extra still. Do not move your hands or anything, otherwise the dinosaur will get you. These stealth sections are surprisingly intense as you work your way throughout this game. Sometimes you think you're good and you're like, okay, there's no dinosaurs here. Open the door and you're met face to face with the raptor, and you must try and run back to the locker before the raptor gets you. The worst part is when the game goes dark and you are left with just a little flashlight and you're ready to just get jump scared at every corner. How lovely. What a great game to jump scare the kids. Get them really in the mood for the next horror games.
8, 4, maybe? Cool. That conveyor belt's your route down. Just need to get it working.
You can distract these dinosaurs by the environment. So usually there's a little stereo or something like that. You can use your glove to activate the stereo. The dinosaurs will go over to the music, which then allows you to go away from them. You can also run to a different room and trail back and kind of cheese the dinosaur mechanics. However, once you see red, you know that they are hot on your tail and ready to get you. The only saving grace in these sections are these lockers. The dinosaurs can't really open them, which allows you to cheese the game a bit. I definitely ran through levels when I was not supposed to, just because I knew I would be able to get to the locker in time before the enemy AI to get me. Once you're in there, you have to wait for the AI to walk past, which just takes some time. So, in the end of the day, you're cheesing the game so that way the AI can slowly walk past you, so that way you can finish the game in the time. These monsters get alerted whenever you activate a computer, which does put pressure on completing these stupid puzzles. It sometimes caused me to die a little bit because my controller hand, especially with the press the buttons, my controller would actually phase through the button. So my hand's actually through the button, so I try to lift it up and I would hit the button wrong at the wrong area. It would beep, the dinosaur would come and get me and I'd die. It kind of sucks. I blame the worst tracking on the actual MetaQuest 3 controllers, which are known to be way worse than the MetaQuest 2, but it kind of sucks. The game doesn't really allow for any wiggle room, so I'm okay with cheesing the AI to kind of get past this. I only got 30 days to play these games. I gotta get through this. The game is now offered as a single package. However, in the past, it was split into 2 different parts, with part 1 being the first few levels and part 2 being the rest. The 2 parts actually had a year gap in development, and you can truly feel the difference. Part 1 of the package is very samey, with all the same non-dark rooms having the same blue styling. Every game kind of has the same gameplay throughout. There's not much variation. Every room basically exists within the same compound. It's kind of boring. Part 2, on the other hand, is much more open, containing outside sections and jungle-ridden offices where you have to pull the vines. They introduce new gameplay concepts constantly. It's just way better. Part 2 introduces also a ton of new puzzles and is a little bit longer than the first part. The jump in quality is apparent, so I will say that if you're starting off Jurassic World Aftermath, the first 40% of the game is a lot worse than the last 60%. I'm not saying that the first part of the game is bad. I'm just saying it's not nearly as good as part 2. So if you're playing the game for the first time, just know that it's going to be not that good until part 2. Spoilers, skip the next 30 seconds, but the last hour of the game was easily the highlight for me. The facility is crumbling down, so you have to wade through the glow-in-the-dark raptors and T-Rexes as the building is collapsing. People are dying, all this other stuff to get to the chopper in time. It is just great. And once you are in the chopper, What the main character does at the end is super satisfying and really concludes the story of the game. I'm not saying what exactly happens once you get to the chopper, just play the game, I said that weird, play the game to find out. It really is an awesome ending to a great game. However, there are some issues, not just that part 1 is being less good than part 2. There are other issues with Jurassic World Aftermath. The main thing being the game has a ton of bugs, which absolutely stinks. Sometimes you're playing the game, you're in like the little locker, and you look out and the raptor just gets stuck, so you can get out, walk past them, and get through the entire part of that level without any issues. That kills the excellent tension that the developers have put on the game. Other times, you get stuck in the wall and you have to restart. Other times, the puzzle for when you hit the computer, it should open up a puzzle. Sometimes the puzzle crashes and it doesn't even start sometimes, and you have to reset the entire section. It's not like anything major, such as like it's crashing the entire MetaQuest system, which I had with other games, but it's still pretty bad. Fun fact, the other 2 really buggy virtual reality games that I played were The Climb and the original Asgard's Wrath. Both of those were also published by Oculus Studios. That is the company Meta, who makes Facebook, Instagram, all those. That's their main division of game development. Why is the main company the one putting out the most buggy games that I've experienced? It's just so weird that, like, they're the main developers, they're the ones who make the device, and yet they put out the buggiest crap on that. Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, those 3, while they do put out some buggy games, they're not nearly as bad or as frequent as MetaQuest is with theirs. What's going on with MetaQuest's leadership? What's going on with Meta's leadership division that they are putting out this stuff? Is Mark Zuckerberg too busy making a rap song with T-Pain to really direct the division? That's a real thing that's happened, by the way. That is a weird dude. He's trying so hard to get rid of the lizard allegation, but I'm sorry. You're a lizard, dude. No matter how many change, no matter how cool you try to look, you're still a weirdo. As a fellow weirdo. Anyways, I just hope Oculus Studios gets more quality control with their releases, and I've even seen bugs in Asgard's Wrath 2, so it's not with their old games. It's constantly in current.
Years of trial and Talon were the only thing that ever came close to a deterrent. Okay.
Overall, Jurassic World Aftermath is a great game collection that makes the perfect pair. While slow in the beginning, the story picks up and becomes very interesting, and it has a great conclusion. Best of all, it's canon to the Jurassic World series. While yes, it's not the best game I've ever played as far as like stealth gameplay, having the different difficulty level where the dinosaurs can open up the locker if you move a lot would be very interesting. It's still a great and intense virtual reality game that I highly recommend. I don't want smart AI in VR unless you want me to crap my pants, which I kind of do. I recommend picking up the game when it dips below the $20 price point. It's a solid 7.5 out of 10 for me. It is time well spent in the world of Jurassic Park. Here's hoping that a sequel can come out as I eagerly await the return to the dinosaur age. By the way, I'm calling it now that Jurassic World Rebirth will be the best movie in the entire Jurassic Park franchise, and it will even beat the original Jurassic Park. It's got the Rogue One director on it, and I'm so ready. I can't wait for more Jurassic Park, especially since Jurassic World 3 kind of just was awful. I'm sorry, it was horrible. Before I go, let's get into the fitness aspect of fitness games reviews. Let's talk about how active this game is. It may surprise you that the game is not very active, and I'm not even breaking a sweat while playing it. The title, Fitness Game Review, is kind of more of like a marketing gimmick these days. I don't focus a lot on like just fitness games. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to play a VR. VR does require movement, so it's a fitness game review. It's kind of like vitamin water, you know. Vitamin water really doesn't have any vitamins, but it's in the name. I played the game for 19 days, beating it at the end and spending one day exploring the after content, including like a cool gallery where you get to see the dinosaurs up close without them having to attack you. I played the game from August 3rd to August 24th. Yes, I am that behind on my reviews. Thankfully, I write an outline of what I want to say after my playing the game, so I'm not like, you know, doing this like from forgetting it. I remember exactly how good this game is as I wrote notes, and the game is a solid 7.5. Here is the table of my data. With this table, we can gather some information. First, the total amount of calories burned is 3,222 calories. Over 19 days, that brings down to 169.57 calories burned per session. I played the game for 7 hours, 12 minutes, and 8 seconds, exactly matching the How Long to Beat It website. I didn't get all the collectibles in the game, because, you know, there was a lot, but I got enough of the collectibles to be satisfied. The collectibles are like these little plush dinosaurs you can find around the environment. It's not hard to find them, it's just, you know, whether or not you want to explore. Each time I played the game, I spent an average of 22 minutes and 45 seconds of playing. I can calculate the average calorie burned per minute rate of 7.5 using these metrics. That's less than the 8 calories per minute that I burn while walking. That is bad. Again, this isn't advertised as a fitness game, but please note that this definitely isn't. There's not much movement except for maybe like ducking to go underneath the like vines and stuff like that, or ducking to go underneath the desk. Other than that, you're not really doing, and that you can even do with a button press. So guys, that's it for today's Jurassic World Aftermath review. Did you like the game as well? If so, then please leave me a comment below. Also, if you know of any challenges you want me to do, then please leave them below. I will do every challenge that is suggested that won't get me in trouble with the law. So if you have like a video game review, if you have a fitness review, if you want me to do like 75 hard or run a mile every day or something like that, then please leave it down below. I take all of your suggestions, throw them in an Excel spreadsheet, and sprinkle them in. If you like this video, then please give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as I post new videos every Friday. Follow me on X and Instagram at TrueJackJank. Lastly, I want all you watching to have a fantastic day. If you are wondering how you can improve yourself, know that you can't do it alone. You can only improve together. So now here's about 2 to 3 minutes of me playing Jurassic World Aftermath. Sorry if the YouTube ends up cutting out the audio there. Just because they do that sometimes if there's background music. They're like, copyright strike, remove this or otherwise your video gets taken down. So sorry about that if there's no audio. But here's 2 minutes of me skulking around Jurassic World Aftermath. Great game, 7.5. Download it, play it. I'm not sure what that was. It was me trying to say something, but I can't.
locked.